start.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining this workshop on this student congress today. The name of our workshop is Never Have I Ever Fucked Up. It's all going to be about situation or scenarios that can happen within the hospitality. First, we would like to introduce, my name is Tessa. I am internal relations within Hospitality Network for Students. And this is my colleague B.
Yes, I'm in the position of the treasurer for HNS Association, and we would like to give you the workshop.
Yeah. So first, I will tell you short what HNS is. So Hospitality Network for Students, it is a a study association. I'm sorry, I'm always confusing about that. It is a study association, which means that we really combine the educational things with fun, with parties, with borrels. But our connection with school is really close, and we only have students or members from international hospitality management, which connects us all together. If you have any more questions, we will do it or after the workshop, or you can go to the Q&A session, to the Q&A box, as we're a bit tight in time. So we will start continuing with the workshop. First, we're going to use some polls during the during the presentation. So this will be the first one, just to know, to test if the polling is working. So are you studying or going to studying international hospitality management at NHL Stenden?
I hope yes.
Otherwise they cannot join, but it's just a test.
Yep.
I hope for Charlene. Are you able to see the polling or not?
Ik had al gestemd. Ik had op ja gedrukt.
Oh, oké, top. Dankjewel. Ja, sorry, ik kan niet zien wie wat heeft gezegd.
Oh,
maar dan,
nee, die poll zie ik wel, maar beeld niet.
Oh, oké. Nou ja, dan kun je in ieder geval volgen via de polling. Dat is wel fijn. Oké, dankjewel. Oké, I see everyone, like almost everyone replied. That's good. It's working.
Yes.
Let's go to the next one. The next poll. I have experience working within the hospitality industry. We're just curious if you have experience that you work in a restaurant, in a bar, can be anything. Okay, it's totally fine if you've not. We're just curious.
Good. A lot of people have had experience in the industry.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the workshop is going to be about the L.E.A.R.N.T methods. We will be introducing the L.E.A.R.N.T methods to you, and later on you will be encounter with the L.E.A.R.N.T methods in the campus, in the study program. They will teach you about this again. So L.E.A.R.N.T method is the type of methods that you apply when dealing with customers' complaints. So L.E.A.R.N.T stands for listen, empathize, apologize, react, notify, and thanks. So the first steps to do is to listen. You have to listen to the guests, let them blow off some steam and put them in a calm state of mind before they can hear your solution or anything that you say, if that matters. And empathize, you have to put yourself in the customer's shoes. By telling them what they want to hear, and you can, by doing that, you can lower his or her self-defense and earn your right to be heard. And if it's not your mistake, or if it's just a misunderstanding, you can always reply with, I can see how that is frustrating for you. And then you apologize for the situation. Then you react by getting the facts. This is when you take the initiative in the conversation, and to help yourself understanding more into the situation, you can ask the guest for details, like how would you like us to change it, and would you like any suggestions for us? And then you notify by offering them your solution, and then you thank them for their complaints, because it helps you develop further into the industry by fixing your mistakes. And that is the L.E.A.R.N.T method. This would be very useful when dealing with complaints. Yes, it's what we keep in mind.
So we have a few scenarios, and we are just curious if you have or you haven't like fucked up the situation, yes or no, you have experienced it. So
Yes.
this is another like test.
So the first scenario is an annoying guest get on your nerves. Have you experienced this? Did some customers just make you mad, make you angry? But yeah, let's hope that you still keep a smile on, even though you are completely pissed off, because it's hospitable. So people are voting, and a lot of people have experienced this situation when a guest is being annoying.
Yeah. So we have some things in common. Let's continue to the next scenario, and then we will apply.
So scenario 2 is a checked out guest left a complaining review about the long waiting time at the reception. So I would like to see how many people have experienced this situation.
And then for the ones who have experienced this, as I cannot see, like we cannot see who replied yes and who replied no. I see one person experience this, can you share like how you dealt with this, how you approached the guest?
Yes.
And maybe you can already apply the learned.
You can either turn on your microphone or leave your comments in the group chat about how you deal with the situation. Okay, so since there is no answer, maybe Dawa, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah.
Dawa, can you put on your microphone or?
Yeah, but
Great.
well, I submitted no because I work more in a restaurant and not in a hotel.
Yes, it's completely fine. But if you were to be in this position, what would you do?
Yeah. Or maybe it can also apply on a restaurant, but we just want to know like how you're gonna do it on an online review. If you don't know, it's also fine, but we're just curious.
Yes.
Yeah, on an online review, the best you can do, I guess, is probably say something. I'm sorry it's bothering you. Respond with the fact that you understand it, and after all, you say you fix the problem, and invite those people again for a better experience.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Apologize is really important in that one.
Yes. Thank you for your answer. So I will be applying L.E.A.R.N.T method in this type of complaints. So I would like to emphasize that L.E.A.R.N.T can also be applicable for online responses. So first you need to listen to them. By listen, I mean reading the comments well. Empathize by saying that we completely understand for your frustration, and then you apologize for the situation. Then you react by recruit more staff for the front desk, or train the front desk staffs to be working faster, and then you offer the solution to the guests and thank them for their complaints. And that's how you applied L.E.A.R.N.T for this situation. Next is scenario 3.
So there will be a guest who will stay with you for 7 nights, does not like the room that you originally booked, but the hotel is fully booked the upcoming 2 nights. Did anyone experience this? Let me share the poll. Okay, I see most of you did not experience this situation. It mostly happens, yeah, of course, when you're working like in the at the reception. So I assume not everyone did that already. But the thing with this is really listen to the guest, because the guest booked this room himself. So it's really important to listen to the guest, what he doesn't like about the room. It can be the view, it can be something else that is too small, but it's really important to listen to the guest needs. It's really important to emphasize that you understand the guest and that you really want to do your utmost best to make the stay, like the rest of the stay, better. But you're fully booked. It's really important to emphasize that and tell the guest, that you will find a solution after the 2 nights, so you can change rooms, so he doesn't feel left out. That's already like a reaction, and of course apologize before that for the inconvenience that the expectations were not met. After moving the guest, like find a solution with the guest, it's really important to notify with the guest if they are if the guest is fine now, and thanks the guest for their feedback. Maybe you can already do something with it, like change something on the booking side, that the expectations are more easily met. Yeah. So the next scenario.
Next scenario is a guest complained about not liking the breakfast at all, and he thinks that he paid way too much for it. This is from the F&B perspective. We are creating a poll, so to see that how many people have encountered this situation. So quite okay.
Again, most of the people did not experience, just only one.
Yeah.
Who experienced this? Maybe you can already apply the learned, or at least tell how you.
Yeah, how you dealt with it when you ran into a situation like this.
Yeah, that was me who experienced it, but it was not
Great.
especially breakfast, but it was just it was actually lunch.
A dish. Oh.
It's also fine.
But yeah, it happens often, of course.
And how did you deal with it?
I basically applied the learned tactic as well. The thing was that it was arrangement, so we couldn't really change the prices or give a discount.
That's understandable.
So in the end, we didn't really change anything.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for your experience, sharing your experience with us. And yeah, so to apply learned in this situation, we mostly just listen and empathize with the guests, saying that you do understand why they're having this situation, like when they are displeased with the breakfast, and you apologize, of course, that his expectations are not met, and then you react by maybe offering them a discount, or ask them what they would like to change furthermore in the dishes and within the lunch, within the breakfast, and tell them that you will keep it in mind, and their suggestions will be into our consideration. And then you just thank them for their feedback, for their understanding, so we can improve furthermore.
Let's move on to the next one. I just wanted to ask if everything is clear till now. Or is it easy to follow? Are there any questions? Just let us know. You can put it in the chat box or raise your hand or thumbs up if it's all clear. Okay, I hope bij geen gehoor. Okay, I'll go to the next one. I'm sorry about the mistake within the presentation. In the polling, it's spelled correctly. the next scenario is I spilled some drink on the guests and the guest got angry. Have you experienced this? Did you fuck up this situation, yes or no?
Wow, not a lot of people encounter this. We have a lot of professionals. That's great.
Okay, let me see. What did we?
So not a lot of people fucked up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, with this one. Okay, so with this one, it is like kind of like your own mistake, but we need to keep in mind that hospitality, you work with people. People can make mistakes, and the guests also need to know that, like you need to be aware of that. But of course, how are you going to approach an angry guest if you just spill the drink on the guest? It is really important to listen again to the guest. Like it can be. Yeah, that if it's, for example, hot drink, maybe you need to have like kind of, I don't know, first aid or anything, ice, or so really listen and emphasize to the guest that you will do everything about making it better. Like the situation better. So it really depends on if you spill the drink, like a beer or a red wine. You really need to, as a reaction, you need to give the guest the opportunity that you will cover the costs if it's not, if you cannot wash it out or anything, that the cost will be on the company. After that, giving the solution, you need to notify with the guest if he's fine and thanks them, like not for the, how you say, thank them for understanding and that you will really will learn from the situation. Then we can move on to our last scenario.
Yes.
We're really good in time, luckily. Last scenario. A guest mentioned that there hasn't been any servants once he returned back in his room late in the evening. This is housekeeping related. Did you guys experience this, yes or no? Okay, maybe the one who experienced this, can you speak up or put something in the chat box, or how you did approach this, how you handled the complaint?
Yeah, it was me. What I did is the guest approached me at the reception, and then I did my apologies, and I directly contacted the housekeeping supervisor. The housekeeping team directly cleaned the room, and in the meantime, I given a voucher to the guests for our restaurant for a free drink, and the guests were really satisfied by the great service.
Okay,
thank you.
Sounds very good.
Yes.
Thank you, Daniel. I think we still need to add the L.E.A.R.N.T method. I think you already did. Like you listened to the guest, you emphasized, you apologized. Your reaction was really good. In this case, the reaction needs to be fast as the guest is waiting like for a dirty room, or if they didn't have any service. Maybe they need towels like very quick. You never know. So your reaction needs to be very quick. And notify with the guest if he's fine now, and really make sure that if this happened with a guest like on one day, make sure that during the rest of the stay the housekeeping really focuses on this guest, that it won't happen again. And of course thanks them for their feedback. That's the most important one. You really want to make sure that all the guests will come to you if anything is bothering them. That was our workshop.
Yes.
We still have 5 minutes time. So if you have any questions regarding the workshop, or maybe regarding the study association, or for us personally starting at school, we still have some
time to answer your questions.
Yeah.
So please feel free to do so.
Mag ook in het Nederlands. I will translate it for B if it's in Dutch.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Zijn er nog
my
vragen?
translator. Do you have any questions so far?
Je mag ze in de chatbox doen of je microfoon aanzetten, sorry. Zijn er vragen? Kijk. Is alles duidelijk?
So,
It really feels weird. I think you're never gonna get used to be on the screen, like behind the screen.
It's better to do it personally, but regarding the situation, we have to adapt.
Yeah.
Maybe we meet during study start week or.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, so I guess there are no further questions.
If you have or you want to have a chat, you can go out from this workshop and you can go to the Q&A session. There, there we can also answer your questions. For now, we still have 3 minutes left.
Yes.
If you have any questions. I see Charlene, the microphone is on, but I'm not hearing you.
Great. So I guess this is the end of our workshop. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. And if you would like to join us, our association, you can find us on social media and
Maybe I can add
Yeah.
the queue.
and you can also join the Q&A after this session.
As we are still a very young association, we don't have a website yet. I think it will be launched like the end of July. So keep, we will keep you posted on our social media. If you have any other questions, if you're not able to go to the Q&A session, you're always free to DM, to send us a message, private message, and we will answer all your questions. And we are looking forward to meeting you.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your summer break. Relax before everything, your life in Leeuwarden will start.
New page, new experience. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. This is
People are leaving.
this is the end of our workshop. We will see you in the Q&A probably.